Excellent. Welcome back. We are at Planet Comicon, Kansas City 2026. And I don't know about you, Randy, but I think we're with an absolute, golden checkmark bucket list fellow. Just a truly amazing, a legend, a living legend, or a reanimated legend, if you will. But not just a horror legend. He has a storied career in voiceover work, TV work, and many other things. The classic, absolute classic.
I look back and go, wow, but it's wasn't always that easy.
Sure.
Actor's life, high diddly dee, but it's kind of gets challenging sometimes. So I'm grateful for all of this. I feel the love when I come to things like this.
Absolutely. Yeah, you've been pretty busy this weekend. So, and like we said, you attract guests from any range of genre to come up and
I have feet in different worlds. So it's like if it's not Star Trek, it's horror, or it's animation or TV work. Some things are like, wait, I did that too? Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Done so much that you forgot. So let's travel all the way back to
the Wayback Machine.
The Wayback Machine. Was acting something that you were trying to do, or is it like a lot of people that kind of fell in and stumbled into it?
Thank you.
I suppose so. For me, I would say it was unformed. I didn't really say I want to do that. I didn't really know. Just a second. Hey, Sean, we're doing a little recording here.
Do you want me in on this?
Yeah, come on over. Oh God,
great! He's the great actor. I love this man. And
Oh God. This is going so well.
Oh yeah, it's going great.
Thank you guys.
You just pulled a Kane Hodder.
Yeah,
well,
right.
very much.
Yeah, Kane's at a convention. It's usually him that hits him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he crashed through the curtain right now, quite honestly.
Kane.
That's a Kane Hodder.
So basically, I mean, when I was a kid, one of my first enthusiasms was to draw. But when I would draw, it wouldn't be airplanes, or it would be people's faces. So maybe I was sort of interested in human behavior like right away. And it wasn't faces that I knew, it was character faces. So maybe I was sort of fascinated with that without knowing where that was coming from. Loved watching television and movies. Would go into my room and reenact what I just saw. I remember when I was actually in sixth grade, we had a field trip to a local college, which I wound up going to some years later, and seeing a play for the first time and being dazzled by that. But it didn't make me say that's what I want to do. It just was something that I really liked. Took a drama class when I was in high school for an easy A. It was an elective. Girls were there. And I did an audition for the play. When it came time for that, no way am I going to do a play. That's not what I'm about. But someone dropped out of the play, and the drama teacher said, I want you to do it, and I didn't want to. I'm glad he talked me into it now, because here I am.
I half expected you to say that you went to the Miskatonic University, because
I wouldn't have known what that was.
Many of us know that a lot of your work in the horror genre is specific to the H.P. Lovecraft stories and universe.
Right.
Is that something that you are just attracted to as far as that, or is that one of those things where they come to you because they're like, that's Jeffrey Combs and that's the H.P. Lovecraft guy, we want him because he's fantastic every time?
That can happen, but initially it was when I auditioned for Stuart Gordon for Reanimator, and he said this is based on H.P. Lovecraft, and I went, oh yeah, great. But I this is what I say, I didn't know the name. But what I realized was actually I knew of his work because I would read Eerie magazine.
Yeah.
Famous monsters. There were always short stories in there that I would read, and I don't think they were by Lovecraft, but they were kind of maybe riffs off of homages to Lovecraft's style. So actually, I realized later I did know about Lovecraft. And yes, with Reanimator exploding, more and more Lovecraftian themed movies came my way. That's just Hollywood. That's just the way Hollywood rolls.
Sure.
You're known for something. Ooh, do that again. Yeah.
Absolutely. I remember seeing Reanimator as a child, but the one that really was like, I'm not sure I should be watching this was From Beyond. As a kid,
Wow.
I was like,
and that's
there's
really
a lot going on here.
It's very Lovecraftian.
Yes, absolutely.
More than Reanimator. Reanimator was sort of a knockoff story for Lovecraft. He did for money. He didn't really think of it too much. It was, I think, a publisher for a magazine said, do something like Frankenstein. But From Beyond is a very Lovecraftian story.
Yes.
And Stewart and Mac Alberg, the DP, they just created a whole world with the colors and storyline. I think it's one of the more Lovecraftian movies ever made.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm glad to hear that from your mouth.
As Stewart said, Reanimator's bloody, From Beyond is gooey.
That's a very great way to put that. And you've spent screen time with some of the absolute other legends like Barbara Crampton
Yes.
and lots of other people. So
Yes.
your career has just been stellar along with him. I have enjoyed you since childhood, and every time I see you in something, it's or I hear your voice from your voice.
You're depressing me. Your childhood.
There's just not much we can really cover with your storied career that anybody hasn't already heard or seen. So I guess we would like to know is there a special place you really like to stay in? Because it's usually horror oriented when they think of you. Is there a genre you would like to do more work in, or that you really love doing?
Well, I do love noir.
Okay.
Simply because I like the way it's shot. A lot of noir was very low budget, and yet they made it because of the German expressionism lighting. They can make a wall really interesting. It is a blank wall, but now it's alive with shadow and light, and something about noir that has a melancholy quality about it. Like all of the anti-heroes of noir are kind of damaged goods. Like they're coping with something in their past that's shut them down a little bit. There's something that appeals to me about that. The weight of life that you're dealing with grace and just getting through, and a little bit of jadedness going on. So that sort of appeals to me. What I like is the variety of it all. I don't like being said I'm just a horror actor, or I'm a sci-fi actor, or I'm a character actor, and I want to do it all. When I used to do theater, where I started, the plays were eclectic. They were all over the place, and so that's where I live, is variety.
Excellent. I think something I've always noticed when either reading or watching interviews with you, other than just acting and being able to fully dive into a character and be the character itself, you also seem to be very much a student of film and everything involved in filmmaking, not just the actor. You are a student of the whole culture and architecture, lighting, everything.
Even though I'm not a director, I think like a director sometimes. I'm too lazy to be a director. Well, directors, it's like there's just so much, and it's you know, you think acting can be heartbreaking being an actor. Like directors can work on a project for years and then it doesn't come to fruition. You know, it's very that is a tightrope walk right there. So I just kind of stay away from that.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
Randy, do you have any questions?
Well, we can't talk about Lovecraft without talking about Edgar Allan Poe.
yes,
So, one of my favorite versions of The Pit and the Pendulum you were in,
right.
but I really want to talk to you about when you played Edgar Allan Poe. I think that was the perfect casting.
The Black Cat.
The Black Cat.
That came about took a while. Black Cat, I actually talked to Stewart. I didn't know that Stewart had actually done a stage play about Poe before. I didn't know that. I said to him, why hasn't there been a movie about Poe? I mean, he's America's Van Gogh. He's troubled. I read a biography of him, and I kind of realized that he's my size. He's my size. He was my size, and I thought, well, I don't have his nose, I don't have his hair, but that can be.
Right.
So I planted a seed, and then maybe a year later, Stewart emailed me and said, "Here's a script I'm doing for Masters of Horror. I want you to play Poe." And while we were shooting that movie, which I'm very proud of, it's beautifully shot. Last time I worked on film was Black Cat. That was one of the things about Masters of Horror that lured Masters of Horror to do that show is, even back then, it's on film.
Yeah.
It was a very appealing thing for people to do, for the directors
We're
to
being
do.
called.
Yeah, I've got to go to my
Yes.
photo.
All right.
So
we've taken
the
up.
point is that out of that, Stewart said you ought to do a one-man show, and I did that for years and years until COVID. And we tried to make a movie, and we never could get the pieces together to do that, which is like
Unfortunately, that happens all the time.
that's the one that got away.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to
All right.
continue to see you in anything and everything, or hear you. I
Thank
cannot
you.
thank you enough for taking the time.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
enjoyed every moment of it.
Thank you.
Please make sure you get yourself aware of all of Jeffrey Combs' work if you haven't already.
Thank you.